Tonight I'm doing a quick review about two games I gotten from GameStop, and I had a long game credit and from GameStop, so I decided to get God of War and Dark Souls, original Dark Souls. As you may know, so far my analysis so far into God of War, which really took me by surprise, which I like the way how he did this now with God of War, but it took me quite some time to get used to the mechanics all over again. It's kind of like relearning how to ride a bike. And what I found very interesting is the fact that instead of having the Chaos Blades, which everybody was really accustomed to, I'm already halfway into the game. And so far, it's very addicting, and as you can tell in my other videos, I've actually been doing 2 hours of the streaming of the game, which I practically enjoyed. I mean, this is something I haven't enjoyed God of War since the whole botch job debacle with Ascension. I have to admit, though, it's really awesome. I love God of War. I love the way how it changed the mechanics, how Santa Monica decided to change mechanics, and you can earn stuff to level, Kratos and the AI. And I have to be honest, that is one of the better games. Well, between Monster Hunter World and this particular God of War, latest installment has been very good. I cannot steer Santa Monica wrong about how they did it. I think they did a wonderful job. For me, who's an old school God of War gamer, I actually have no complaints about it. It's always been, it's good. It's a good game. Same thing goes for Monster Hunter World. I know everybody's wondering why I use a lot of Cole of Taroth armor for Monster Hunter World, is because the more I have the free element up, the more damage I can actually do. Without that being said, now, here's the thing that most people are going to tend to agree to disagree on, and sadly to say, another game I played, and a quick overview of it. I've always played, back in the past, I've actually played Dark Souls 1. However, this whole remaster thing, there's no love into this remaster, to my own personal opinion. Why do I say this is because when the game first came out, there was love there, and there's some people who've actually played the original Dark Souls may see a difference into the way it's been, I guess it's been remastered. And my personal opinion about remastered video games never ever work out that good at the end. And what I saw in the game, like at first I was like, okay, maybe, just play it on, I got through the prison fight with the prison demon, the warden, and I was able to do that, didn't get killed or nothing. So I did the same thing with the second boss. But the moment I got into somewhere in the game, I saw something that didn't look right. Like I don't know, maybe it's something new, something about like a grave lord or grave warden, whatever it's called. It just kept, coming up, and it was something that raised my my eyebrow up a little bit, and like, well, this is different because I don't remember this in the original Dark Souls. Being a Dark Souls gamer, from going back to Demon Souls to Dark Souls for the PS3, Demon Souls for the PS3, played Dark Souls 2 for the 360, cleared it, and then did Dark Souls 3. Cleared it with the DLC of the Ashes of Ariandel, which those two I like. I mean, at least the time was taken to actually develop it. But I think this whole remaster thing to me, I don't want to be harsh, and this is going to sound harsh from my end and my perspective, but there's really, I don't think there was really that much love that was put into it. I mean, the game was like $40. When a company, a publisher remakes a video game, 9 out of 10 times some things don't work out very well. I mean, you have more bugs, more glitches. For an example, I got summoned into a world where the hitbox, sometimes the hitbox for when you hit an enemy doesn't really register, it doesn't click. That's one thing I did notice. The other things too is that the way they remastered everything, that, I mean, they did a good resolution job with the characters, a little bit better, you know, than what it was. You know, everybody remembers the original Dark Souls when the background was blurry as all you can get out. But on the sheer honesty of things, there's no love for the remaster for Dark Souls. There's really no love that was poured into it. It didn't feel right. It was kind of, I still think sometimes like the mechanics of the game do lack the potential movement. I mean, you know, especially the whole thing, like if you're trying to climb up a ladder, you're trying to slide down, it takes a while for, like if you hit the O button and you slide down, it does take a little bit of time before it actually clicks and then you can slide down. Versus like Dark Souls 2 and 3, you're able to slide down a ladder without the hesitation. I mean, they did a good job at remastering the bosses, which I gotta give them a plus on that. Some things, like, I don't know, maybe just what I've been seeing, it just seems like they added some extras that I don't remember seeing. You know, as far as like anything else, I mean, you know, a big Dark Souls fan here, and I feel like I got a little bit ripped off paying like $40 for the game, and really no love was poured into it. So I kind of, like in my video I just did like not long ago, it was like, and you can tell the look on my face that I just didn't really care for it. And with that being said, it's just like, okay, you know, bought it, maybe I was just curious to see if it was anything that was, maybe they may have improved the mechanics or what have you, but I just think that they could have taken a little bit more time to, I mean, you had those ugly arrows. Everybody remembers Dark Souls when they have those arrows, like the yellow, the green. They kind of look like really badly drawn or something. And so when I was actually playing it, I'm looking, I'm like, they got to do something, or they should have done something better. Taking those arrows out to, you know, show exactly what kind of buffs you have. But then again, I understand people are going to beg to differ on my opinion about it. But at the same time, you have veterans who've actually played Dark Souls. Me, it's kind of like I was playing both Dark Souls 2 and 3, but buying the first, I just felt like it maybe just wasted my time a little bit here. I mean, that's just my own opinion, but I mean, we're all entitled to opinions. I mean, you know, just stuff like that. And like I said, you know, check out my other videos in, well, there's a video in Dark Souls 2 where I was fighting the dragon rider, and I had Master Glencore, and compare that to the Dark Souls 3 ones I've actually done numerous times, countless times. you know, to be perfectly honest, it's like I played both Dark Souls, so why am I even, you know, now I scratch my head and I think, I'm like, why am I even playing this? You know? But like I said about Monster Hunter World and God of War, they freaking kick ass. Check out the God of War videos. I will not steer you wrong on those. But like I said, put aside Dark Souls, which I may not even pick up and play again. Like I said, there's no good, you know, love to it. It's kind of like, it was kind of like you buying a McDonald's. What's up, Trippy Land? It's like going to McDonald's and getting a Big Mac, but yet they forget they just slap shit on there without you noticing. But yeah, anyways, going back to God of War and Monster Hunter World, the two good games this year so far in 2018. And like I said, I was actually pretty surprised with God of War itself. A little different, taking place in Norse mythology. And I remember that one pretty well. I would say that the God of War game is way better than Dark Souls. Because I like it, but the thing is, like, I don't use Atreus that much to fire the bow and arrow. I just more do everything just the old-fashioned way, the old-school way of, like, playing God of War. Just, like, going in there and just doing shit the way I remember playing. I think it's really cool with the currency, and I also think it's awesome. You know, at this point, you can actually level Kratos rather than just solely basing the leveling system towards weapons, like the Chaos Blade from God of War to Ascension, pretty much. And that was really interesting to see Kratos as an old man. Admittingly, the one thing that took a little bit of time to get used to was the fight with the scene where you have to fight this dude away from your house. That one was kind of interesting. Fun, but interesting. But like I said, check out those videos of me playing God of War. If you do see the video of me playing Dark Souls, you're gonna see it right there on my face. There's no love for the game at all. I mean, just trust me on this. It's not whether or not, if I know, you know, like, if I'm lost or not, it's not the point. But the point is, like, for me playing Dark Souls, it's kind of like, why did I buy it? Why am I playing it? I could be playing God of War. But right now I'm just actually air televising right now because I figured I'd do it. Nah, when you get into I'll be honest though, when you get into the God of War, I don't think, how do I put this? For me, it's kind of hard, because I like Monster Hunter World and I like God of War, but it's hard for me to tell which one I actually like the best, because I love them both, but yeah, just to clarify that, if none of you have played God of War, start playing it, start kicking ass, do whatever you need to do. It's kind of like you want to shoot first, you ask questions later kind of thing, so, but yeah, if you haven't played God of War, do it. I will not steer you wrong. Several like other YouTube videos caught my attention as well about God of War, and I was like, okay, cool. And that was the one game I solely wanted. As far as like Dark Souls, out the window. Because I have no love for that game at all. I can't really think of any other games that are coming out that are going to be good. There's rumor. Actually, the Sega Collection's already out. The 50 plus titles, maybe more. Can't really think of if there's anything else that's gonna happen this year in 2018. Though, sad to say, October is when Black Ops 4 does come out, but I'm not really liking the idea how the Call of Duty franchise is going, so I'm going to take a break from it. I'm hoping that another game comes out this year. There's also a thing at the PlayStation Store I'm going to check out to see what kind of free-to-play games are coming out for this month. I have no idea. I mean, they had the ones back from May, I think. So, you know what I want to get, and not so much Agony. It's also Death Stranding. I think that's what they call it, is Death Stranding. And I'd actually love to get that. It would be awesome. I heard Agony is supposed to be really interesting. I haven't really fully looked into the video yet, but I would love to get that. What else? I don't think there's anything else I know of that, I mean, game in general is coming out. I know Vampire's coming out, or it's already out, I think. I know Vampire's, I think, out today, or no, tomorrow. Tomorrow? Today? Tomorrow? No, it's coming out, I think tonight's the midnight release for Vampire. I'm not sure. I thought about getting it. I was a little iffy. I mean, I'm into the gothic scene. Yeah, it's supposed to be, but jumping back to Death Stranding, from what I heard, now this is, I might be guessing this wrong, but the rumor is it's supposed to be kind of like a cross between Bloodborne and Dark Souls. But I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, or is it just going to be like almost like Bloodborne in a similar aspect of it. I mean, I don't really know the full details. Can't think of anything else. There was another one that was supposed to come out, and I can't think of it. But to me, like, anything that comes out new, anything that's kind of like gothic, or anything that's like something worth a challenge, I would jump on it. But to be perfectly honest, like I said, you know, Dark Souls for like $40, and you get the 2, you play 2, you play 3, you did play 1 in the past, but then you get the 2, 3, you're kind of like, you don't want to even play Dark Souls. And I'm gonna more go after the newer in-game genre coming up. I did play Bloodborne. I wasn't really crazy about Bloodborne itself. I mean, I wasn't crazy about the fact that you had a gun, a weapon. I mean, I don't know. I mean, rumor is it's supposed to be back there in the 1800s, but you know, that's one I'm looking forward to, is Days Gone. That's the one about the zombies, too. That one's interesting. I know one of my friends is playing 7 Days to Die or something like that, and it doesn't appeal to me, but if the 7 days, or the Days Gone, that is supposed to, at least I heard that one's a zombie game. You know, I would have to agree with you on that, Trippyland, because Bloodborne could have been made better. I think there was something that they lacked in. My personal feelings about Bloodborne, and this is only coming out from me, is they did a bite off of the Dark Souls series, which between that and what's the other game? That was also kind of incorporated in there. I'm thinking back to like to me, right now, I'm thinking about like not Castlevania. Oh yeah, one of the Castlevania games, kind of like Castlevania Bloodlines, come to my mind. You know, like they took Dark Souls and they took Castlevania Bloodlines, put together, and here's Bloodborne, and it's kind of like it just didn't do me anything. I mean, it's kind of like me playing, well, if you want to really go back to nitty gritty, which was Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, which I remember playing, but it was so atrocious. Like, I'm like, okay, you're Dracula, but now you're into the future. And it's like, why? I mean, what was Konami thinking? That also goes the same way as Bloodborne, and as far as I got into Bloodborne, it was up to the Nightmare Realm, after being the giant octopus monster, and just realized how bad it was made. You know, like that level alone just really sucked, so I didn't even bother. So I think they could have done better. I think some of these publishers that make these games, I mean, the same thing that goes for, I think there was like a little leak that came out for Battlefield, the new one, and I guess it's Battlefield 5 or something. And I guess some people are making a big stink about it, and some aren't, and it's kind of like. And then now this stuff going on with PUBG and Fortnite getting sued over by PUBG. I mean, that was like during the week. I mean, it was kind of like, really? I mean, like, you got these different companies competing, and then it. Why? I never can understand that bullshit. So yeah, that pretty much have been trying to stay with the God of War series as much as I possibly can. Yeah, you know, that's what happened with Santa Monica Studios with God of War Ascension when it came out, because it was rushed, and they actually interviewed the guy who took over that project. He didn't have a very he didn't look very enthusiastic about making God of War Ascension. It was kind of like they took the concepts and the Furies and they slapped it together, sent it out. Eventually, in the long run, if I remember right, it did pay off. It only lasted for so long, you know. I mean, the PvPing wasn't that bad. So anyways, to make a long story short, there is not very much else besides the new games coming out. So anyways, I think that pretty much covers everything on the basis, except the new, the Sega, the Genesis collection. I actually wanted to get that because I think there's one of my favorite games is on there, which is for Sega, which was Castlevania Bloodlines, which I wouldn't mind playing that again, you know, for old time's sake. Though the SNK games weren't too bad either. I should have gotten them all. I would have had my original, well, not really my original Neo Geo, but just SNK, Neo Geo, Samurai Showdown 1, 2, World of Heroes and World of Heroes 2, Art of Fighting, you know, the whole genre. But yeah, other than that, it's I think that pretty much covers everything for tonight for me. Like I said, 2 good games right now are Monster Hunter World and God of War. Anyways, that pretty much concludes tonight's video. I will be on, again, Friday night, live. Yeah, you know, I was actually, apparently I think my mod, may have been, hold on, Trippy Land. I got this. It's not the only time I boot somebody out from my live chat. Besides, I ignore them anyways. But to make a long story short, I do have one game, original Sega game, which may not work anymore, is my Golden Axe 2. So, which really isn't that bad. Anyways, as far as, I'm gonna humiliate a certain person right now. What is it? I suck calf muscles off, huh? Dude, nobody's really paying attention to you. Hell, even I'm not. So, anyways, yeah, give me a second here. Oh, and then, we have my friend Darkanos, who actually just, he's actually playing Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. And, let me see what I can do here. So, anyways, let me just do this real quick. Here we go. So let's see. Here we go. Oops. Here we go. So anyways, okay. So, that takes care of that little problem. Yeah, so, Saturday, is the, Pride Month. It's actually for the LGBTQ. And I'll bring this up really quick. For me, it's Pride Month. You know, all my friends and I are getting together and stuff like that. And we're just gonna have a really nice time. Not very many people I know are gonna really attend because some of them have to work, and some are gonna be coming way later after the Pride party. But I just want to put it out there. It was in my other video from previous, so it's more in depth. Anyways, so pretty much for now, I think I have everything all covered and pretty much everything taken care of here. But check out my next video, hopefully maybe tomorrow night, or maybe, no, not tomorrow night. Wednesday night, I'll actually have another video coming out. I just don't know exactly what I'm gonna do for a video. Anyways, everybody's been like really awesome, cool, keeping it real. So for now, I'm gonna call it a night, and check me out. My next video on Wednesday night. I should be around 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, was it 7 o'clock Eastern, my time, and then whatever time you guys have over there. Anyways, this is Michelle saying I'm off, and check out the new God of War if you haven't tried it. If you tried or played Dark Souls like me, I'm with you. I feel your pain. Alright, anyways, check out my other videos of God of War if you want to see what I did in that video, or a couple of those videos. They're 2 hours long, so it'll give you ideas to where to find stuff and shit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, this is Michelle saying bye-bye for now, and keep gaming. Happy Pride Month, and push to the limit in the video games. If you're a trophy hunter, just do it. Get more, earn the trophy, get the platinum. And to a huge shout out to Starman715. Find him on his YouTube channel at Starman715. Also check out Dark Hanos, who's also on YouTube, another good friend of mine. And if you've not subscribed to 8 Thoughts, check his channel out. If you like it, subscribe to him as well. So anyways, I'm off. Have a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.